Hey everybody, Shadowcon Maximus here, coming at you with my video review of the Dark Knight Stealth Launch Batmobile. Now, the Stealth Launch Batmobile is definitely a fun toy. I definitely suggest you pick this up. But overall, I give this a 10 out of 10. You know, it's definitely something I would suggest picking up. Anyway, the colour scheme here is black, and we have some gold here in some places. As you can see here, we've got some big wheels here at the back. We also have the classic afterburner here at the back for a bit of thrust. We've got wheels at the front, and we also have some little wheels over here, so it can go over any terrain that it wishes to, like a carpet, a laminate floor, or a desk. So anyway, yeah, so let me just give you a 360 degree view. There it is. And we have a little flap here at the top. This is where you can put Batman figures in. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to release the Batpod before I actually fit a figure in here, because that's the way it works, unfortunately. Anyway, as you can see here, we have two buttons here on the back. They're labelled number 1 and number 2. And if you press those two buttons, obviously, you'll make the gimmick activate. Now, the gimmick is very, very unique. As you can see here, if I press number 1, the Batmobile opens, and as you can see here, these panels open up with some missiles. And if I put my thumb underneath here, because if I just push down, it just goes back into the Batmobile. If I just push here on the back with my thumb underneath it, it shoots out. So it's basically like a little mini, I don't know, a little mini assault base or something like that. And we also have the Batpod here in the Batmobile. Now, the way this actually launches, it launches like a catapult, or a slingshot in many ways. What you do is you put the Batpod into the Batmobile. You will hear a click. Obviously, there is a safety mechanism in here where if you take out the Batpod, actually, let me just take out the Batpod here. If you take out the Batpod and you want to fire the thing, it won't fire, because there are two clips in the, well, basically in the thing that holds the Batpod, and if those clips are not pushed in, then the thing won't fire. So if I just push this button here, which is the second button, it won't move. But if I put the Batpod in, just releasing those buttons, there are two buttons here, in there and in there, it'll just release it. So anyway, let me just put the Batpod in for a second. No, actually, let me just show you the Batpod here. It saves me shooting it out. Here is the Batpod. As you can see here, we have a Batman figure here on top. He has brown eyes for some reason, and the wheels are very similar to the Batmobile's wheels. That's a mouthful. Anyway, plastic rubber cape, and yeah, he's got some machine guns here at the front as well. So anyway, let me just put that back in there. And basically, all you have to do is just shut it like that to get it back into the mode. So yeah, press this button here, and press this button here to shoot off the Batpod. Yeah, it goes out with quite some force, so just be careful of that. And actually, I'm going to move myself to a better position where I can show you how far this thing actually goes. Okay, so here we have the Batmobile. As you can see here, we've got the two buttons here on top, and we have a nice long stretch of area here. And what I'm going to do here is press the button number 1, which opens up the Batmobile, and then I'm going to press in button number 2, and here we go. Now that goes a long way. I would say that is about 3 meters. But man, that is powerful. So, overall, the Batmobile is definitely something I would pick up. Now, I'm going to show you something here with the Batman figure. Now, you can just put him here like this, and the actual thing that actually holds the Bat pod actually becomes a seat. Just stick that in there like that. Fits in very nicely. Stick that in like that. And then just, there we go. There we have Batman in the Batmobile. But I mean, overall, it's definitely something worth picking up. And yeah, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. I mean, okay, it's not like the first Batman Begins Batmobile. At least that had the ability in order to, you can open it up and store a Batman figure in there quite simply. This is more for the Bat pod instead of for, you know, sticking figures in and just driving figures around. You know, you got a nice gimmick here. Press one button, you release the Bat pod, and if you actually look at it from a certain angle, you can actually see Batman in the Batmobile. So I guess that kind of works in some sort of strange way. How you have Batman in the Batmobile and, you know, the Batpod launches. You know, it's just one really cool toy. So overall, 10 out of 10. And yeah, this is Shadow Car Maximus with the Stealth Launch Batmobile, and I am signing off.